there. Server 17 once again. This is, I believe, the next continuation from my very first arena session on the 360. And this is a collection of the fights that I had when the arena, I was last in the arena actually, so I've not really messed around with it too much. And it's going to be a combination of this build, which is the, go with God build, formerly of the undead build, experimentation build. So I believe it's around level 120. So I'm going anywhere between level 101 to 200. So sometimes you can come up against people a little higher level than you, but it doesn't matter because level doesn't mean much on this game. And the other person you're going to be seeing is it's an old ganking build, and I say ganking as in anti-ganking, not me ganking. Because it's got every cheap trick in the book, really. It's got a Chaos Rapier, just for backstabs, essentially, and criticals. It's got a washing pole to be buffed with Dark Moonblade at its most powerful, and it's got Wrath of God, so it's a pretty cheap build. It's my bitch build, is what I call it. My bottom bitch. And you're going to see a combination of two of those, and the main reason that there's two separate sessions is I ran into a lot of buffs when I was playing in the arena, because there's a lot of people that want to win, which is understandable. It's fun to win and everything, but some people try really fucking hard. Like, I don't know if you've seen the video yet, I've put it out, but there's one where there's a guy using Dark Moonblade on a pike in dragon form, and that guy is a dick. I hope you've seen him. If you've not, you will see him. He's hilarious. But oh, nice dark orb. You don't see that very often. But I ran into a lot of people that just buffs, healing, just everything they can to win, and I decided to introduce my bitch build into the process, and I came up against some interesting people. I have a battle of buffs, which is a good one. Sunlight Blade versus Dark Moonblade, always cool. We have two fights actually. Nice guy too. I fight against somebody who is exceptionally good, a guy called Saber. Fought him a few times, and it's literally one of those things where I couldn't hit him, he could hit me. Very, very strange. Oh, you guys might remember this. I uploaded this. Yeah. This is such a strange fight, this one. I don't even know what that is. Is that console lag? I don't know. I thought the game had crashed. I came back, and apparently he'd still been playing because I died. I wonder what it looked like on his screen. But this fight's insane, this, because I kill him like 5 times, he kills me I think 3, and he wins. Fucking nonsense. And that's my biggest problem with the arena. When it does work, it doesn't work. It's very strange. Look at that. The fuck is that? This makes no sense. But, next fight. Oh, this is the bitch build. I probably should be using Dark Moon Talisman on this because I think it'd get more power, but we'll see how this works anyhow. Got a guy who's using a pine resin. He's got the crest shield. He's fucking lagging. So I do a dead angle Wrath of God, follow it up with the slash from the washing pole. He's going to backstab me. Ooh, and it's a Hornets too. Not too bad though, the Hornet has been nerfed. Look at the lag on that! What the fuck? Jesus Christ, this game. You couldn't make it up, you really couldn't. But hopefully I'll learn, because I've just noticed that the lag's pretty ridiculous. And if you didn't know, when you are flinching you can still initiate a backstab. So that was my mistake, that doing the dead angle, because he flinched and still backstabbed me, which is good on his part. I'm not too sure what it looked like on his screen, but we'll soon find out. And as per normal, he's come up here because every single bitch in this arena likes to kill time when they kill you by running away. And that's another thing that I don't agree with, and is a reason why I don't play in the arena very often. But pop a blossom. Am I going to drop down, or am I going to wait for him to be a bitch back? Oh, I'm going to come and find him. We'll soon find out. Oh, he's gone up the other side. And now he's dropped down. Yeah. It's just so strange. It's like, why would you run away to win? I don't get that, the logic in that. Should have backstabbed him then, not too sure what I was playing at. Goes for the dropping attack and I flinch. Fucking stun on this game. Ooh! I don't know if that was a counter BS or if he just ran in. What the fuck? What? Oh, Dark Souls, what is even happening? Oh, he's going for it again, isn't he? Goodness me, we've got somebody who's really wanting to fish the backstabs. And again, I suppose he is using a rapier and a hornet, so why not? The only problem is I'm a lot better than you at backstabbing, bitch. Take that. Minus when you tank it like Sylvester Stallone. The fuck we're going on then? He's just fallen down. Pine resin on his sword. Going straight for the back. Oh no, he did the running attack. At least he's not a complete moron. Nice to see. I don't understand the backstab culture in Dark Souls. I really don't. And I'm hoping on Dark Souls 2, they've mentioned that look at this fucking dick! What a bitch! Come on, Chris, start fucking chain stabbing him. What a cock. Oh, come on, spam parry, spam parry. Oh, he actually landed it. Very nice. I'll let him off. Which is interesting, that, because I think if you can spam it, it shouldn't be able to land me. I think as soon as you start flailing it, it should fail. But that's just me. And what is that? Is that a draw? What is that? I have no idea what's going on. Battle of the bitches right there. Goodness me. And then he does the, well, what is it, like he's a fucking boss. Oh, I would punch him in the mouth. Alright, let's have a see what's happening. Great Demon Machete with a pine resin. You see, these people are learning pretty quick. Everybody's buffing. Every single person in this place is buffing. Doesn't make for the most fun matches either when you're trying to dodge a guy's weapon for the first minute and a half. Which is what a lot of people do against this build, and I completely understand it, which is why I haven't used it that much in the arena. Because as much as you can just romp through people, it's not very fun. But I do like to bring you a wealth of content, so anybody who wants to see any kind of buff action has got this. Oh! Can him go with the heavy attacks on the Demon Machete. That was an interesting choice. It didn't work, but it was still interesting, so you've got to give him some kudos. Anybody wondering why I'm wearing the Mask of the Mother as well? I wear it because this character's female and I hate seeing the female head. And I know there's a lot of other helmets you could wear, but it's one of those things where I didn't use it before the patch, and now that they've nerfed it, I feel like a rebel wearing something that's nowhere near as good as what it used to be. And I do think it fits this outfit quite well. I wish the mask was different. I wish it was like, if anybody played Majora's Mask, there was the bunny ears. I wish it was something along the lines of that, something silly. Like I don't know, like a fortune teller mask, or a masquerade mask. It's kind of gay that it looks all squinty like it needs a poo. Not a big fan of that. Or it could be, like, who was the female Yoshimitsu on Tekken? Forget her name, like Kitty Mitsu or something ridiculous, and she had one of those fox face masks. I wish it was like that, because that's pretty cool. But this is one of those interesting fights where he's being extremely defensive, because I do have a speed advantage on him, but you're not going to win playing like this. Especially, look at what he's wearing, guys. Let's analyse this dude. He's got full paladins, which is going to give him some pretty good poise, and then he's wearing the wolf ring, which is somebody that doesn't quite understand the concept of poise, but knows it's important. So, very interesting. I love poise. A lot of people have got this infatuation with playing with zero poise, and they think that, you know, poise is a crutch for people. I've played without poise, and I do think it's easier to play without poise now, purely because a lot of things stun lock you a lot less, but I don't see the point in handicapping myself when it comes to something like that, because the flinch on this game is crippling. Ooh, as he gets an interesting stun lock. It really is. Flinching is the worst, and if you've ever played Demon Souls, you'll know exactly what it's like, because everything stuns you, and I hate that, I really do. And it makes me wonder what Dark Souls 2 is going to do. If it's going to continue with the poise system, or if it's going to bring in something different. I mean, if you think about it, there's a whole bunch of different crazy rings you could use to kind of counter the balance, or create something interesting. Like, I always wanted some kind of indomitable ring, or some, you know, like adamantium ring, where you're immune to being stun locked, so you will never ever flinch, but you can't roll, or something like that. That was a very good parry. And if you don't realise, this is the Battle of the Builds. Essentially, a very similar setup of character, where we've both got, you know, a decent amount of poise, mask of something, washing pole and buff. This is a really highly contested fight, and it's funny because the first encounter with me and this guy, it's kind of, you know, a complete free-for-all, just try and destroy each other as best we can. But the second one is much fairer after we have this funny engagement. He did it again. He missed his riposte. That's some pretty good predicting right there. I don't know how hard the washing poles R2 is to parry, because I've never really had anybody use it against me, but his timing was good right then. And he's getting the better of me. Buffs have worn off, so it's one-on-one with the buffs. You'll normally see me swap out to the rapier in times like this. Probably should have parried him then. Might have got that off. Because when anybody rolls towards you when you're grassing, they're generally going to do the roll attack because they're eager to get that bit of damage in while you can't move. And it could have been a perfect parry, but retrospect is a powerful thing, guys. Which is why it's easy to criticise someone's videos when they're playing Dark Souls, but it's not so easy to do it when you're doing it at the same time. Like the adrenaline and everything, it's pretty awesome. But you'll notice this gets into the routine of when you land in, don't let the other guy buff. It's one of those things where you get your buff and you try and keep them from getting theirs. In the second fight, because this guy earned my respect with his performance, I let him buff. As I keep trying to mention, the arena to me is about having fun. This game to me is about having fun. I have certain regulations that I prefer that make it more fun for me, but at the end of the day, it's about enjoying the sessions that I have with it, and that doesn't involve winning. People seem to have this preoccupation with winning and everything, like we're in some kind of fucking Charlie Sheen cult, and it's just not necessary. And I do believe it stems from the fact that in today's world there are no losers, so we're all kind of conditioned to think we're winners when we're really fucking losers. And it's like I watched a stand-up the other day by a guy called Al Murray, and for people who are listening to this in a different country, it probably might not mean too much because he's an English comedian, and he basically does this character called the pub landlord, who is a stereotypical kind of xenophobic, racisty, you know, lad's lad type guy. But the irony is, he's an Oxford-educated guy who's got a degree in modern history, so he's a really smart dude, and he's pretending to be this big, callous, like hooligan type guy, and he basically he got the entire crowd to do this mantra that he's going to save society and save, you know, Western civilization as we know it, and you've got to tell it to your kids when they're small. And the thing he told them to tell the kids was that they can't fucking sing, and the way he did it was hilarious because, I mean, just look at all these talent competitions and all this bullshit on TV every fucking day, every weekend, every single newspaper. It's always about these mongoloids that go on TV and try and sing, and they're really just being milked because they're cash cows for the BBC and the ITV and all these other fucking networks that try and haul these stupid talent programs. But it's true. It really is true. And a lot of these people that go on are complete and utter losers, but they've been told their entire life that they're winners, so they have this massive grand delusion. And luckily enough, as much as you hate or you don't like or you have no opinion of Simon Cowell, you know, he calls a spade, and he tells these people that they're fucking stupid and deluded and they should go and flip burgers, because that's pretty much all they can really do. And it's a bit like fighting in the arena. Everybody wants to be a champion, and a lot of them are just bad players with powerful setups. That's the end of the battle, I think. No, it's not. We're still going, guys. We're still going. So, now he's got the buff. I'm in a bad situation. I've pulled the rapier out to either probably do some parrying or catch him with the backstab as he comes in. It'd be interesting to see, because one thing about a buff is people get aggressive with buffs. Should have parried that. I mean, I know the timing on it is not easy, but still, lazy on my part. I actually had some invasions when the patch first dropped in the kiln, and I didn't record them. And it's a big shame because I kept facing this duelist in the kiln who was using a buff on a shuttle. And the thing is, what am I doing? I'm trying to, I was trying to buff my fucking rapier like a boss. Oh, we both went for the parry. But this guy with the shortle, every time he came at me, he attacked, regardless. So every single time I parried him. And he just wouldn't learn. It was great. I had no hard feelings against him because we were sending messages and things. In fact, the last fight I went up against him without buffing because it was kind of like buff on buff. And I'm not a big fan of the buff on buff fights because it just turns into this who can get the poke first. Like, this is a bit different because this is two people using buffs who are obviously able to use other weapons. Because I generally look at Dark Souls like this. If you can be a strong player with a buff, anybody can be a strong player with a buff. If you can be a good player without a buff and then use a buff, it's going to be significantly more dangerous. And that is generally how I view people who use stuff like Dark Moonblade and that. Depending on how they play and how the fight goes, depends probably on their skill level. And if you come up against somebody who's good at the game and they're using a buff, they can be a nightmare to fight. And this guy seems like he's pretty experienced in. I did not mean to punch him then, and he punched me back. Because I assume he thought it was a sign of disrespect, but I don't blame him. There's a lot of dickheads on Xbox Live. So this is a guy wearing full paladins. I think this is the same guy we fought before, who was using the demon machete. He's now pulled out his claymore. He's got the cleansed Artorias shield. And he's using the... Wow. Why did he do that? Does he think it's going to somehow scare me into thinking he's a magician? Oh, wow. I don't know if that was intentional, but that was almost a dead angle. Maybe his lock-on broke. Not too sure what he's doing. Let's test him out. Oh, dead angle on you, sir. And he's hiding behind his shield. Ooh, goes for the one-handed heavy attack. And I knew it was coming. I went for the parry, and I fucked the timing up. But I believe it was a partial, because I didn't take any damage. Oh, this is a guy called Doomtrain UK, so any fans of Final Fantasy VIII will know who Doomtrain is. I hope that's the thing he's referring to. One of the most interesting summons, shall we say, to get. Oh, wow. I expected the running attack, but it went past me, dead angled me, and then he finished me off. That was pretty good. Back into the fray with my bitch build. Let's have a see what he does. One-handing the claymore with the buff on it, so just pretty standard stuff really, forest tactics. He's also got the Great Lord's Greatsword. Look at that. If you don't have enough poise to tank the Wrath of God, it knocks you over, if you're wondering. It's one of the interesting things where poise can sometimes betray you, because if you stand through it, you can then get a free hit on you. It's a little bit like the Fire Tempest trick. Ooh, that was close. Where if you have too much poise and somebody does one of those area of effect fire spells, you actually take the damage twice. I mean, sometimes you can take it more than twice. That was cheap. Wasted that one. But go back to poking him with my pokey stick. 92 damage. I really do think rapiers should get a buff. I really do. Because as they stand, they are critical weapons and critical weapons alone. Because unless you're buffing them, they really do not stand too much of a chance when it comes to open combat. And I understand that you can stay safe behind them when you shield and attack, but they've already taken a whole bunch more stamina off you for doing that, so why not buff the attack a little bit? No. Seems interesting. I do like fighting with rapiers, but I always feel like I should either be parrying or backstabbing, because that's when they're the most effective. Well, let's have a see. What's he doing? He's just standing there. Is it over? It's over now. Maybe he was frustrated, or he thought he'd lost. Which, who knows, he might have fucking won with the way this system works. But, next fight. Goodness me. Crystal Soul Mass. Crystal Magic Weapon. On a katana, no less. This guy's a boss. Running attacks, trade. I like to think I won that exchange because my buff's more powerful, but we'll soon find out. And he's using the Darkwood Grain Ring, so he's trying his best to get as many advantages as he can. Oh, and he... Was that a poised backstab or a roll BS? Or a combination of both? That was a Hornets if you're not used to seeing the animation. He's going to do it again. Nasty bastard. So hopefully we learnt our lesson from that and we will not use the heavy attack at such close proximity. Because he's punishing it, and that's exactly what he should do. Horn it or no horn it. And he's fucked off. What a prick. Look at this. And then you get those people in the comments that are like, it's a legitimate strategy, you gotta play it intelligently. Like, no, fight, you faggot. And that's not even a reference to any kind of homophobic slur, that is just bitch. That's what it is. It's a synonym for bitch. And it's entirely too many people like that in this Colosseum. It pisses me off. And it's called Batman. Batman never ran away. Well, except for in every Chris Nolan film. But he usually used a hook thing, so that counts. But here he comes again. Straight in for the backstab. Oh. Ooh. Crystal Soul Mass. He's flipping around. Ooh. Am I going for the backstab to try and cover some ground? I don't know why, because you do not get a bonus to the damage when you backstab somebody with a buff. It's just the flat damage, which is kind of strange, but I understand it. Ooh, do you see him then? I could have counter backstabbed that. I don't know why I didn't. He's going to try it again. Watch him. Just watch him. Here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, when will these people learn? Did that too early. Watch this. Cheeky bastard. This guy likes his backstabs. He's pretty good at them though, so I'll give him that. But as soon as somebody shows an interest in backstabbing you too much, it becomes a counter backstab approach, or it becomes a spam the buff button. And it's always a shame when the fight degrades to such an extent, but it's effective. Oh, he did it again. Sorry, bro. Just not interested in that type of shit. And yeah, and I'll probably show my interest. There we go. The shrug of discontent. Here he comes. Give him a nice cheeky poke. Oh, does it again. When will these people learn? And the best thing is, they think you're abusing lag to do that to them. They really do. When all you're doing is you're using a well-known defense to stop them from lag stabbing you. It's it's amazing. But this is, I believe, the guy called Saber. I know this because every hit that he throws is going to hit me. Every hit that I throw is going to miss. Because the fights with this guy, I'm not diminishing his skill level because he's an absolutely fantastic player, but I don't know what fucking connection he's playing off or what was happening, but I just couldn't hit him. I couldn't hit him at all. And he does some very fancy stuff, which is nice to see. I mean, did you see that bullshit? Look at that! Fucking phantom hits. Oh, very shifty. Somebody left a comment on one of my other videos saying that this guy was at the top of the duel leaderboards, and I can understand it, because Darkwood Grain Ring and Chaos Blade in the hands of a good player is a very, very tough fight to beat, unless you're going to cheese them with magic. Oh, I got a hit, guys, I got a hit. There we go. Then my buffs run out. But he uses his bow a lot, he spaces you quite a lot, he does the running attack a lot. He likes to try and catch you off guard with the unlocked backstepping running attack. It's a creative fighter, interesting, but somebody like Martyr's Brigade probably wouldn't be very impressed because it's, you know, Chaos Blade 101. It's it's what a lot of Katana players do. He just does it to a level that shows he's much more experienced. And unfortunately, this build is not designed to fight players like this. It's designed to fight bitches and people who... Yeah, it is Saber. So, guy's a good player, and I do feel bad fighting him with such a bitch build, but it's just how it is, unfortunately, guys. I would probably normally swap katanas and face him with like an occult katana or a holy katana to use my faith. But sometimes it can be difficult to do that. Oh wow! Came for the kick immediately, two-handing. He's getting a little aggressive because of the defeat. Two-handing the Chaos Blade. What? Somebody's kindling bonfires or something. Fucking hell. That's another quick hit in. Yeah, those hits are sublime. Just hit, flip. Using those iframes just in case it's a trade. It's a smart technique. Ooh, tanked that one. But it kind of says a lot, doesn't it, when you're using a rapier and the only thing you can hit them with is Wrath of God. Not entirely sure how that backstab worked, but fair play. But yeah, just completely outclassed. Yeah, you can see he's got absolutely no respect for this build either, because as soon as you drop in, he's already trying to attack you, which means that I probably pissed him off. And I bet he doesn't bow. Yeah, he doesn't bow. Yeah, that pissed him off. But fuck him. Let's have a see what this guy is. So we've got a gold tracer user. He's also got the Black Knight shield, and it looks like he's going to do what every gold tracer user does in the Colosseum. He's going to chase me and try and mash me. He's not two-handing though, so he doesn't quite know the full power of that weapon. And he gets backstabbed. And I fuck up the wake-up combustion, which is strange. I was a little too eager on it. Interesting. Using the special attack. Ooh, that was very close. Then I go for the fancy jumping attack. It does work, but I take a few unnecessary hits. And I'm going to do the tried and tested, when they land, start throwing fireballs. I wish when you throw it high like that it actually sank down and the lava settled, because that'd be really cool. But as it stands, those fireballs look good, but they're completely harmless, I think. Yeah, this guy's going to start fishing backstabs pretty soon when he realises this is not working. You can kind of see him doing it. Yeah, he is. And it's an inexperienced player that doesn't know how to fight somebody that can counter backstabs. And it does become quite a sad affair when you watch him, you know, futilely go for it. And we can all go into that backstab mode. Look, he's even swapped to a fucking rapier. Oh, goodness me. Oh, nearly hit him in a blossom. That's not what I intend to do. And he's going for it. Circling in, circling in. Is he going for the roll, or is he just spamming attack? Well, he's trying. He's got his wolf ring on, his wanderer set. I should really try and time that. Too far away, sorry. It just looks like I'm running away now. Oh! Oh, I feel sorry for this guy. It's hilarious because if they just educated themselves on the concept of backstabs, it would not happen to them. Because that's what happens, that's what separates. Fuck off. Look at that nonsense. But that's Dark Souls, guys. The connection on this game has nothing to do with your internet. It's just strange. I assume that guy was using the lock-on backstab. Lock-on backstab, what am I on about? He was locked on for his pyromancy, and unfortunately, locking on a pyromancy that close is very dangerous. Oh wow, goes for the secondary Rickard Rapier attack. Always cool to see. Ooh, that was close. Is he going to backstab me? Yeah, I remember this guy. All he does is backstab me now at the end of the match. Watch. Just goes for my back. What a dick. Sent him a message like, are you a moron? And he sent me one back saying, it was the only time I could backstab you because of lag. So I sent him a message back saying, dude, that had nothing to do with lag, you're just a moron. And I told him to Google counter backstab and stop being a bitch. And he got very defensive. I said it a lot politer than I just did then, but I'm not in the mindset to give these people anything. And this is me experimenting with some silly weapons, and this guy's not too bad of a player. And it ends up fucking me, because I believe I get parried. And then it's all downhill from there. But this is the hand axe. It's one of my favourite weapons. It's not so great in PvP unless, you know, you're in a very specific type of environment. It can be good to stun lock, but I don't really like stun locking. It looks pretty cool. Not many people use it, mainly because it's, you know, why would you use it when you can just swing as Y-hander and beat everybody up? Which is pretty much the mentality that 90% of the people that play this game have. It's the same people that question why I don't like healers. It's the same people that question why I don't like ganking. You know, it's just one of those things where people don't seem to understand that, you know, Dark Souls is not... Ooh, there it is. Fantastic parry. And it's just ironic, isn't it, that the first guy I start messing about with stupid weapons with turns out to be somebody who's quite capable of playing. It also turns out to be somebody who's using a halberd and spacing, so very difficult engagement at this moment in time. But yeah, Dark Souls to me is about more than just winning. It's about more than, you know, being that guy. It's about enjoying my time with it, and to enjoy my time it has to be a very specific type of environment that I'm playing. And there are very few people that share my thoughts and share my feelings on that environment, but I'm not gonna compromise that ideal for somebody else just because they disagree. And if anybody thinks they're gonna change my opinion on that, then they're a fucking idiot. Interesting choice. That was a sunlight spear, that. And he's got his sunlight blade, and he's put it on. Is that a sunlight straight sword by any chance? Is he full on going full Solaire? It looks like it. And you'll notice I swap out to the Chaos Blade, mainly to try and get back some ground, but I'm not playing it well at all. I'm going for cheeky backstabs. I'm going to try and outflank his swipe, but he's using a weapon that covers a front arc, so it's never going to work. Because you'll notice a lot of people, certain weapons will only swing one half of the screen, so if you strafe away from the direction that it swings, you can often avoid it. The problem with Dark Souls is the lag compensates and bitches you so much that it can just generally fuck you up. But that was a good fight. It praises the sun. And that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed a little bit more arena content. As I've mentioned, not the biggest fan of the arena, but it can be fun. But you take care now.